This is going to be one of the best unboxings I've ever done, I think. Thank you everyone for joining us. We've got quite a few in already, 13 in at the start. Okay, let me tell you a little story here. They've been trying to deliver this box right here for the last 3 days, and I finally had to readjust it and get them to deliver it at work. Basically, they weren't ringing the doorbell. Someone's been in all the time, but I don't know what it is with the Royal Mail. I've got the loudest doorbell in the world, and they didn't ring it. So here we go. Let me just split the cameras up. Let me go back to one. Bring it around here. As you can see, it's still sealed. I've got the original tape on it. I bought this from Jadlan Models, or Jadlan, or whatever you want to call them. And I gently undo it. No one managed to guess right on the post I put earlier on, so this is going to be a total surprise to everyone. I have been after one of these for years, and ladies and gentlemen, Junkers JU87B Stuka in 1:24 scale. Let's right, I need to be careful here. You saw me undo that. This is how it is from them. Hopefully I can just slide it out. Come on. Oh my lordy. Right, that's out. Let me get rid of this big cardboard box. So thank you very much, Jadlan. I did email Jadlan and asked them to wrap it really well, knowing what our post office service is like. Let me go back there, bring the other camera over here, put that there. Now let's get the seals undone. Let me just split the camera up again so you can see what we're doing. I want to go back to one. Right, here we go. As you can see, the seal is there, the original seal from Airfix. As you know, I'm a massive fan of Airfix, especially the newer stuff. This is a vintage classic, as you can see from the box. Let me just bring it over again. There we go, vintage classic. Let's get her open. First, let's enjoy the box. I mean, the box art, as usual, is absolutely sublime. I love it, absolutely love it. These planes were the absolute nightmare of World War II, with the scream that they had on their way down. Obviously, when these were first made, the first demo in front of Adolf Hitler, all of them just crashed into the ground. They had real problems with pulling up from their steep dives. So a little bit of history for you there. I will be doing a deep dive into the history of these. I don't know if you can see it on the edge there. Let me just get my other camera on. This is proving difficult because it's a massive box. There we go. With the different colour schemes on the side. Got the different language stuff, another bunch of different colour schemes on that side. I just love Airfix box art. It is just cracking stuff. Let's get her open. I heard this rattling about like a son of a bitch in when I picked it up. I think because the postman's trying to deliver it that many times, he may have got miffed off and just started throwing it about. I just need to undo these other clips here. I'm sorry about this. You can't see the whole box. I've only got a small bench, and this is a huge box. We're talking almost a meter long box on this, and the Stukas were really huge. So let's begin. We have a huge bag with it all in, so absolutely nothing's got lost in transit. Everything should be there, no matter how much it got shook up. I'm going to start with the instructions. Usual Airfix fare. I think this is a 70s mold. You can probably correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful decals. Let me get on the other camera. There we go. So with the new camera setup that I've got, hopefully you can see that in really good quality. It is, you know, pristine, absolutely spotless. Just great stuff. So put that aside. keep it with the paper. Shame for such an expensive kit. Yeah, the instructions are there, great, but this just looks like it's been printed on your home printer. So, but it is just instructions. Let's check out the quality of the actual mold. Let me get my knife out. Here we go. Oh, I'm like a kid at Christmas. This, just looking at it now, I can see what's in the bag, and this doesn't look like a 70s mold at all. Let me get this up there, get some light on it. Hang on. Let me just adjust the lights. There we go. Now, look at the detail. That is just awesome. That's like their modern kits. Love it. Loads and loads of detail on the wing. Zero flash. Hang on, this can't be a 70s mold. Let me just get this bag a bit more open. Well, I thought it would be in a worse state than what it is because of the amount of times they tried to deliver it. Now, I'll get to the clear parts towards the end of the stream. Regulars on the channel will know exactly what I mean by that. So, we've got the wings. And as I said before, the upper and the lower, these look absolutely cracking. Look at that. Look at that detail. For a vintage classic kit, I am totally impressed, Airfix. That's just grot from my fingers. There we go. Let me put these aside. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's only part of the wing, by the way. Obviously, you've got the dippy bit as well there. Now, there are some bits that have come off the sprues with it being shaken about. I need to put my magnifiers on just to... Because usually when things break off of the sprues, you're left, and there's, I don't know if you can see that. It's a shame, but I can fix that. That's just through being delivered. It's just left a gouge out of where the sprue met the actual part. There's quite a lot of release agent on this, which will have to be washed off. I don't know if that's coming out. You can probably see it just along there. Loads of release agent. So this is going to want to wash before I do any kind of painting. Here we go. Oh, get in there. Rubber wheels. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get the rubber wheels open. You know me, when they go the extra mile with things, I mean, could have been so easily just plastic molded wheels, but no, the wheels are rubber, and they've even got, oh, please come out on the camera. They've even got focus. I might have to do manual focus here. Give me a second. Give me a second and you'll see what I mean. Come on. Are we there? You can see the actual manufacturer's name on the rubber tyres. Get in there. Absolutely cracking stuff. You superstars, Airfix. I love it. Right. Things that make modelers happy. That makes me happy. We're on to sprue. Which one's this? Obviously, I've got lots of bits hanging off because of them trying to deliver this numerous times. Let's work our way along. You can see the detail on this is just sublime. Let's go along to the... Look at that. Look at that. I don't think they've missed out a single detail on this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's the fuselage. Spot on. Thank you, Airfix. I'm impressed so far, especially this as this has been mauled by the postman. Another bit broken off. Yeah, and again where it's broken off from the sprue, it's left dealt like jagged marks in the plastic, but that can all be fixed with a little bit of filing, a little bit of filler. That's not Airfix's fault, that's the delivery's fault. Not ringing a doorbell. So, oh man, loving this. So then we've got the other side. Again, just looks spotless. With a lot of release agent. I've never seen that much release agent on any model so far, but it's not a biggie. It all washes off, and you can probably see there's a huge blob of it all the way along. But no biggie. It's to be expected. It's a huge kit. Okay, as you can see, there are so many bits that have come off the sprues hanging about the bottom of the bag. Thank God it was in one big bag. I've got no complaints because this is all postman stuff. But you really need to have a word with the Royal Mail. Start ringing doorbells. So here's all the minor parts. I don't think there's an engine with this. No, I don't think there is. So there's no engine with it. Let me check the instructions one more time. Oh, there's even a stand. Look at that. Brilliant. Right, let me check the instructions one more time. I need to be careful with this. So I think I paid 89 quid for this from Jadlam Models, 124 scale Stuka. I just want to make sure it's got, I don't think it's got an engine. I'm pretty sure it hasn't. Oh, it has got an engine. There we go. But they're all small parts. I missed them. Brilliant. Just totally impressed so far. Brilliant stuff, Airfix. Vintage classic. I thought I was going to be able to destroy this. I can't touch it. It's just brilliant. What a surprise. What an absolute surprise. That's made me so happy. Always been scared to get the vintage classic stuff in case it's a really rubbish mold. You know, 70s stuff, it just scares the hell out of me because when I was younger, remembering all the catastrophes I had with models not fitting together, bad quality, no detail. Really? And you'll be pleased to hear, after our Airfix unboxing, the clear stuff is absolutely clear with zero scratches. Look at that. Look at that. Hey! Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me give it a score. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Instant 10 out of 10. This is a brilliant kit. Obviously, I haven't built it yet. There might be problems I come across. But for the quality of the detailing and no scratches on the canopy, thank you, Airfix. None of the bits hanging about in the bottom were Airfix's fault. That was all from delivery. Happy as a pig in the vegetable poo-poo. That's brilliant. Excellent stuff. So I'll put that back there, put the lid back on. That's my unboxing done. So 10 out of 10, Airfix Stuka, JU87B. Brilliant kit. If you can get your hands on one, grab one. I don't know if they're still doing these, but obviously I got this from Jadlam, so there must be. Just cracking kit. Thank you, Airfix Vintage Classics. Brilliant. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 all the way. Because I think it's important that people know what you're heading for when you get all this together. Let's start with the fit and the finish. Now, the cockpit was absolutely perfect. That went together like a dream and fitted in the fuselage perfectly. The engine, again, went together like a dream once I'd figured out that the instruction on how to put some of the piping together and the injectors were completely wrong. It tells you to put them in a position where they can't possibly go. But you can figure that out yourself. I went and looked at reference photos online of other people that have built it. It's what you do. That's what Google's for. So just be warned, if you follow the instructions, you're going to be confused for a good part of it. Fit and finish, as you can see, we've got filler all the way down there. That's not to hide a gap, it was just a rough edge. Because parts of this have broken off the sprues in transit, it left gouges and things, so I've taken that out using the filler. There's a little bit more sanding to do there, but that's not a worry. Experienced modelers will know what I'm up to here. There was a little bit of a gap down there. I've used shims to fill it, just a little tiny gap, only about 0.5 mil. If I turn this around, this is where the real horror story starts. Once I've got the fuselage together, no matter what I tried, I couldn't get rid of a dirty great 3 mil gap down there. So I clamped it together, got it down to 1 mil, then shimmed it and filled it with the Rebel Plasto. I realise people don't use this anymore. There's far better products on the market, but I'm used to using it, so that's what I used. And with the magic of the extra thin quick setting glue, it's come out perfect. I had to redo all of the rivets down there because obviously with sanding they all disappeared, and they are very shallow rivets on certain parts of this model kit. I think that's to do with the mould being a little bit worn out. So the fit I'm not complaining about at all, by the way. When you get a model kit that was designed pre-70s, I'm guessing that with this being so big, the actual development time must have started around about 1971. Then the mould finally into production 1975 and released. So in 1975, you'll know there was no real computer technology around for computer-aided design and things like that. Every single part of this had to be made by a professional sculptor, every single bit, and then the mould taken from that. So I compare it to making cars back in the day, where panel beaters would make doors for cars and bonnets and stuff like that, and it was all handmade, so no two cars were exactly alike. Everything would be different. If you look at an E-type Jaguar today, the door gaps all the way around are all different, and the bonnet and that. So that's what you get with handmade stuff. A real artist put his heart and soul into this model. That's a fact, and you can't take that away. So experienced modelers, we're used to that kind of thing with old molds, so we fill it all up down there, a little bit of a shim. I've got a little bit more to do there. Now, you're seeing wires hanging out, and you're thinking, oh, what are the wires for? Well, let me tell you, as I do with all my models, I add that little bit extra. We have a working Jericho horn on this. We have a working propeller. The landing light works, and it's got navigational lights in the wings. Now, I'm going to put it on for you. I think that's all I need to explain about this kit. Just be warned, some of the instructions are a little bit misleading, but it has been a dream to build. This has restored my mojo. It really has. Usually I'm flitting between projects. I'll do a little bit, I'll get bored and move on. This one has held my attention entirely because it's such a dream to work on. The engine is just sublime, the detail on it, and it gives you different options as well. You can either have canopy off, canopy on. There's even extra plastic in there so that you can just do away with the engine entirely and just put a motor on. So the bits are there if you don't want to do what I've done and install the motor inside the engine. I've put the engine together now, so the motor is completely inaccessible. But with the motors that I've used being 3-volt, coreless, there's no brushes to wear out. The only time this will wear out is when the bushings actually go on the spindles. So that's going to be going for a long time. In summer, it's going to be a lovely desk fan. On the evening, it'll be all lit up and just above my head, reminding me of the work that I've put into this. The 3-volt coreless motors, there you go. You can screen grab that. I got 5 of them for $5 or thereabouts from AliExpress. 3,500 RPM, DC 3-volt. Obviously, you're not going to get 3,500 RPM on a great big propeller like that off a massive tiny motor like this. That's about as big as you can go propeller wise on these motors. Perfect for doing little dinny ones like that. So you want a 72, you 148, even your 132, it will adequately handle those. For the lighting, I've used SMDs. Anyone who's into trains knows about these SMDs. They're 3-volt. Do not go over the 3 volts. Try and keep it 3 volts or under. I've used one 400 ohm resistor for the entire lighting circuit. You get 100 of these for, again, about $5 on AliExpress. When I got these, obviously there was none of that crazy tax increase that the Tories put on Chinese goods coming into the country, so they may have gone up. You can probably say maybe it's $10 for 100 now. So that's it. Let me just put her on for you. I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you about the fit and the finish, but I will give you just a quick demo of her running. Let me move it forward a little bit. Hopefully if I move the camera here, you'll see it better. There we go. So let's hook up the battery. There we go. Now the noise you can hear is not the main propeller. That's the Jericho horn. I tried fettling it to make her scream, but it's just not going quite fast enough to make it scream. But it'll do. And the propeller is just going at bang on the right speed for a model, just like it's a taxi. So really happy with that. Now if I can hold my fingers on here, I can show you the landing light that I put in. SMB landing light. There you go, SMB landing light. And if I turn that even more, maybe this way, see the navigation lights that I've put in. I've got to put some clear green and clear red on the navigation lights, but as you can see, it's a dream. And the, hopefully, please focus. I don't think you can see it there, but the cockpit is lit, but I can't make it focus for some reason. Ah, there we go. The cockpit is all lit up, all the dials are lit up, and that gave me a lot of pleasure. And that reminds me as well, the cockpit dials do not come with decals in this kit. So the clear part for the dials, which sandwiches onto a grey plastic part, and modelers know about this, all I did was I dry brushed some Citadel white, which is a really, really non-translucent paint. If you don't know about Citadel yet, their paints are brilliant. The Warhammer guys have known about them for years, but it's been a revelation to me. Unlike your semi-translucent Tamiya paints that we're getting now, where you have to put multiple coats on to get it the correct colour, Citadel goes on one colour and it's just a dream. So I dry brushed all of the detail onto the dials, and it's come out beautiful. I will do some stills of this when it's finished, and you can see the kind of job that I've done. That's it for now. Please join me again on future videos. I'm live most nights. Join me on that as well. Your subscription does count as well. If you can just throw me a subscription, it doesn't cost anything. I rely on the advertising revenue from YouTube. I don't pummel people for memberships. I don't beg for coffee things. I don't beg for Patreon and things like that. I just rely on the income from the advertising. We're building the channel, so please think about subscribing. You'll be helping me a lot. Thank you everyone, thank you for watching, and until the next installment, bye bye.